Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to A Common Touch of Fantasy. My name is Paul. Thank you for joining me. It is September the 11th, 2017. Everyone in Florida and the South, also the Northwest with the fires, and in Houston with the flooding. Really hope things get better for you guys, and I'm sorry that this is happening. And, I really hope that things are okay for you. So let's get right to the wrap ups here. We have Uncanny 18 today, and we're going to talk about that. There was one short story left to read. I didn't really realize that before I started reading it, that there was only one left. But it is Ghost Town by Melinda Lowe. Now, this is a reprint, but I did like this story. This was a story about a girl that moves to a new town, and she gets bullied because she likes girls, and she ends up going to this haunted house with this other girl, and they play a prank on her. But little do they know is that she actually knows that they're going to play a prank, so she showed up earlier to scope the place out. And I liked how this was written. It was written back, the the first thing in time was first, then the next thing behind that was second, and then the thing even before that was third. And so I really liked how it was written, and I thought it was a great little ghost house story. Overall, Uncanny 18 was a little bit of a letdown for me. That Melinda Lowe story, the Delilah Sherman story at Coney's, and Fandom for Robots by Vinna J. Min Prasad were the only stories that I really cared about in this issue. I think my favorite one out of this whole issue was Fandom for Robots. I think this is the one that's going to kind of stay with me and make me think about it, because it's really neat that an AI is writing fan fiction about an AI in a TV show. I think that's just really fun. It was just like a really cute story that I liked. Overall, this issue was not that great. I was very disappointed in a lot of the stories, and I was disappointed in the essays as well. I didn't think the essays were all that great. None of them really stuck out to me as being amazing. The poetry was decent. I've actually read the poetry, but once again, I'm not a big poetry person. But the poetry was better than usual, I would say. Overall, it was probably a 2-star rating for this issue, unfortunately. So I'm taking a little bit of a break from magazines. I'm going to be reading some stories from the Best Science Fiction of the Year, Volume 1 by Neil Clark. This was stories from a couple years ago. I'm going to take a break from magazines this week and read 2 stories each day from this. So the first one is Hold Time Violations by John Chu, and the second one is Wild Honey by Paul McAuley. If I find those online for you guys to read, I'll put the links in the description box below. I am about halfway through of Heir of Navran by Michael J. Sullivan. I'm reading actually really slowly. I think my problem is that when it's 2 books in one omnibus, there's like this tension arc for the first story, and then it ends, and then the tension gets reset back to the beginning, and then you have to do it all over again. And sometimes I struggle with that, but I am having fun reading it. It is still a great read. Moving on to comic books. I read 4 comic books over the weekend. The first was Kill or Be Killed number 11. This is the start of a new arc, and what I like about this is it's kind of resetting a little bit the story, but everything that happened before is really very relevant. But it's really good. I absolutely love this comic. It's one of my favorites. It's probably my second or third favorite, maybe even first favorite comic of right now. I love Kill or Be Killed by Ed Brubaker, Sean Phillips, and Elizabeth Breitweiser. I need to read more of the things that they made together. The second comic that I read was Green Arrow 29. Once again, Juan Ferreira is one of my favorite artists, and him drawing Batman was just to die for. Let me find the one thing that was really cool. This is like my favorite 2 pages. Check out the one on this side where Batman's like flying through the air and it falls through the drain pipe there, or the sewer manhole. That's so cool. I love his art because it shows action and movement in it. And this was fun. Basically, Oliver and Green Arrow, or Oliver and Batman teaming up, figuring out more things about the evil guys, the Ninth Order or whatever. I like it. It's fun. Green Arrow is probably one of my favorite DC comics. I just like Green Arrow. December 23. There are so many amazing pages in this, guys. Oh my goodness. How can I show you any of these things without it being like a super spoiler? Oh, it's so good. I'm going to shut up. I guess I'll show the first page. It's really good. Things are happening left and right, and all of the arcs to this is like, this is the culmination of all those arcs, and things are just like happening, and it's so great. It's awesome. Detective Comics 962. This is the last issue of the Intelligence arc, and I enjoyed this. I like the Saint Dumas Ascalon thing, and I liked having Zatanna in it, and the art was fantastic. Art was really cool. Let me show you this one spread, or one page I really liked. This is Clayface fighting Ascalon. I thought it was really cool. The layout was kind of odd, but it worked. In the end, Batman finds out that Drake is still alive. Very cool. So the next arc is all about Drake, and I'm so excited. It's been like a whole year since that arc. I think that arc ended back in January or February. So not quite a year, but it's been a while since that. Okay, guys. Thanks for watching. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. My comic books for tomorrow are Dark Knight's Metal, number 1, and Captain America, number 25. See you guys tomorrow. Have a great week.